Hi there, I'm Emily Coltman, Chief Accountant to Free Agent and author of Finance for Small Business and Micro Multinationals. I'm here to talk about working from home if you're a sole trader. If you're a sole trader and you work all or some of the time from your home, you'll be able to claim tax relief on some of your household expenses. You'll need to apportion these costs between business use and private use, and HMRC say you can use any fair and reasonable basis to do this. One popular method is to work out the number of rooms in your home and how many of them are ever used just for business, then how much of those rooms' use is business. For example, I have 10 rooms in my house and I use one of them for business, my office. I have to make sure that sometimes I only use that room for business, because if the room is being used simultaneously for business and private use, then I can't claim tax relief on that. But it's also not a good idea to use that room for business and nothing else at any time, because in that case I could have to pay capital gains tax on the room if I ever sold my house. I use the room for business only 90% of the time, and the remaining 10% it's used as a music room. I could prove this to a visiting tax inspector by showing him my piano in the corner of the room. So when I'm working out how much of each expense to claim, I would take the total amount I'd paid for that cost during the year, divide it by 10 for the number of the rooms, then multiply by 90% for the business use of that room. This is called the business proportion. But what costs can I claim? Here are some examples. If you're buying your home, you can claim tax relief on the business proportion of the mortgage interest only. You can't claim tax relief on the capital repayments. If you're renting, you can claim tax relief on the business proportion of your rent. You can also do the same for council tax, whether you're buying or renting, for ground rent, and for the cost of electricity, gas, or oil for heating. If you have specialist insurance for your home business, then you can claim this in full. If your home business is covered by domestic insurance, then you can claim the business proportion of that. For cleaning, you can claim tax relief using the business proportion calculation if your whole house is cleaned. If the cleaner doesn't go into your business room, then this cost can't be claimed at all. If you have repairs made to your home, then it depends what part of the house is being repaired. If the repairs are just to a part of the house that's never used for business, you can't claim any of the cost. If they're just to the business part, that cost is allowable in full. And if they're to all of the house, for example roof repairs, you can claim the business proportion. Phone and broadband are dealt with slightly differently. You would need to work out what you'd use for business and what was non-business use, for example from an itemised phone bill, and then claim the cost of the business calls and a proportion of the line rental based on how much you use the phone for business. In passing, if you use a mobile phone, you can claim tax relief on all the business calls you make from that, plus the line rental if you don't use the phone for any private calls. Because Skype is a free service, unfortunately this doesn't attract tax relief, but you can claim the cost of any paid-for video conferencing services you use. Water can't be claimed unless your business water use is heavy and charged separately, for example if you have a laundry business with a separate water pipe. When you're working from home, you can claim some of the costs of running your home as a business expense, so make sure you include as many running costs of your home as you can to maximise the amount of tax you save. Make sure that your claim is fair and reasonable and that you can back it up if HMRC ask you to. Even though, as a small business owner, you may well not have to provide a detailed breakdown of your expenses on the face of your tax return, your figures must be accurate in case HMRC decide to investigate your return figures. If you're in any doubt as to whether you can claim a particular cost or not, speak to your accountant. Thanks for watching.